Hey guys, welcome back to GreyWolf TV. We are back with Person of Interest onto episode 19, season 2. The last one with the casino and the money laundering for drugs. I picked up on it pretty quickly, which is kind of unusual for me with this series. A lot of the times, I've got to wait a little bit of a step of the way further into the episode before we piece everything together, especially when it's something like that where everything isn't revealed to begin with. But I was screaming at the screen for them to try and piece it together because that one stood out a mile for me. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to carry on. This is episode 19.
The Assistant District Attorney and Detective Szymanski. Their deaths benefited your enemy, Peter Yogorov.
It's not a social call, Mr. Reese. I want to inform you we have a new number.
I'll head back.
No, you're tracking a number 2, albeit a prior one. Stay the course. She's certainly a rising star in the tech world. Gushing profiles and blogs and national magazines.
Is that the new Centra 6 processor?
Yes.
I thought they weren't coming out until next quarter. Is its variable processing as nimble as they say?
Oh, I consider it a vast improvement. In terms of energy consumption, overall efficiency.
I know it.
Independent tests run alongside 3 of our 5 main competitors. Our firmware is self-upgrading.
Like everyone else's, including Sensitech.
We've spent the last 15 years building the backbone of the internet. He started Rilotech in his parents' garage and built it into this. That determination,
Sound familiar?
we all have it. We'll never stop working hard for you.
Carter.
Just calling to check in, Detective, and to say how sorry I am. I know that Detective Szymanski was a friend.
Thanks, Finch.
But look, about Szymanski.
There's nothing to talk about. Unless you're ready to tell me the name of your CI, who got him killed.
Thought I just might find you here.
And you decided to drop in for a visit?
Stakeouts can get a little tedious. Darlene and Evan Cole. Your former partner's parents.
Right.
The government framed Cole as a domestic terrorist.
You and the CIA wouldn't stoop that low. They just sweep their mess under the rug and give them a star on the wall.
Now, what was it you were stealing?
Wait a minute, she's
What
left
are you
that
doing
there.
in Miss Jacobs' office?
A complex kernel mode rootkit that disables secure subsystems through compromised applets, and I'm sure I don't need to explain to you how dangerous that could be.
I'm talking about you refusing to say who gave you the tip on the Szymanski money.
Yeah.
Out of
So?
money never made it to evidence. So either Elias's boys got a hold of it, or some dirty cops did.
See, I got friends who used to work in your old precinct, Fusco. I heard about your crew. 2 are in jail and 1's missing. And you're calling me dirty?
I believe Ms. Jacobs is about to hand off some sensitive information.
So, Monica...
Or perhaps not. I'll patch you in.
I think he may have been a plant.
A plant? For whom?
Could be any of our competitors.
She just gave him the flash drive that she used last night.
I found Lee's computer, made copies of his files, and found a handful of encrypted emails at the day he died.
I'm not so sure you
I need
just
to see
handed
the emails on that drive.
that
I'll
off
have
to
to
the right
contrive a reason
person.
to get into his office.
You sounded concerned on the phone.
There's been some questions about the Szymanski investigation. Like who my source was about the money.
Where did that tip come from? Oh, the tip was strong. Why does it matter? A dead
'Cause I'm
detective's
asking.
reputation is on the line. The tip came from one of Elias's soldiers. Since Elias has been in prison, his men have struggled. Now, I could have given that information to anybody, but I wanted my godson to get the credit for it.
What?
So Monica wasn't spying. She was hunting a spy.
Which means the threat may be coming from whoever Lee was spying for.
Security will show you out.
You're firing me?
Effective immediately with civil and criminal charges pending.
Martin, I've worked for you for 10 years.
Ms. Jacobs has just been terminated from Rilotech.
The potential spy she was looking into, and she was right. Lee's been operating under a remarkably deep cover. Medical history, whoever set this up.
They're pros. That's how they were able to frame her so quickly when they discovered she was onto them.
I'll cut to it then. Detective named Szymanski, organized crime. Was he on your payroll?
Afraid you made a bad move, Detective. See, I think you know something you don't even know you know, which means you're playing a chess game of your own, Detective. You just don't realize it.
He's
Did you
spawned.
give money to Szymanski?
Absolutely. Choose your next move wisely, or it's going to be chosen for you.
Beecher's looking for answers. One of our guys at Rikers saw him with Elias.
And now he's become...
Looks like your talk with him didn't do the trick.
Yeah.
I always told Cal to be careful.
This guy's being ruthless.
Being a cop's a dangerous job.
No, being around you is.
You're wasting your time. There's too many of us. Get out!
Oh, is that to take you out or him? No, him.
Right now, an easy target.
Lee wasn't spying for a company. He was spying for his country. We just picked a fight with the People's Republic of China.
Oh, fuck!
Someplace safe.
I assume you wanted me to find you. Why else would you have given me your number?
I guess I imagined that you would just call.
Is this your hobby? Running a halfway house for retired assassins?
Hate to see talent go to waste.
Awfully trusting of you now, isn't it?
You seem to have died heroically.
You and I both know that Cole did not work for the CIA. So, I have this crazy theory that someone hacked into one of the most powerful clandestine agencies in the world and created an employee who, up until yesterday, did not exist.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about her.
My relationship with that woman's rather complicated.
How long you got?
Any idea why China might be interested in Rylotech?
Yeah.
Our proprietary designs keep us at the forefront of the industry. Those people aren't just co-workers. They're my family. I know they think I've betrayed them.
You didn't.
The look on Martin's face.
They've broken the password coded into the laptop's battery. Hijack the firmware. Get back, get back.
Get back, it's gonna go. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
What about bypassing it altogether and directly accessing the servers?
That would require going back inside Rylotech.
I can show you where to go.
Let me know when you find the server room.
Back door. Trojan access.
Transmitter's installed. Don't have much time here.
Working as fast as I can, Mr. Reese. Oh, that's interesting.
What?
Nothing. I've located the end users receiving the traffic. All this rerouted traffic seems to be coming from an unending number of networks belonging to the government. Mr. Reese, I fear that our own spying has been detected. You and Ms. Jacobs need to get out of there now.
Now, why you out? It's half the damn company. Nice.
Mr. Reese, there's something you ought to know about Haskell. His name's not on the list. Haskell is not one of the spies.
Oh. Oh, that's because he's dead.
Drop your weapon now.
Okay, I was wrong. I fucking knew it.
You're a murderer and a spy for China.
No. I'm just protecting what I spent my life building.
How could you do this?
And then an opportunity presented itself.
To save your company by selling out your country.
Yeah.
Who the hell are you? And companies like ours, we have to constantly look forward to the future so that we can prepare for what comes next.
The great American success story.
People
Not
love
anymore.
stories.
I believed it.
Of course. And that's why you were so good at your job.
Do you recall our discussion the day we sealed our arrangement?
Oh.
Yes.
It's terminated.
The time has come.
I understand.
He's gonna turn on himself.
Mr. Reese?
I knew it. I knew it.
Did you give money to Shemansky?
Absolutely. And he threw it in their faces. He was clean, and you got played
That's what you
by
need to know.
HR.
You wanted to know about Beecher, now you know. I'd let it go.
Let it go. Fusco, do you know who gave Beecher that tip?
You'd have to ask him. Carter, Beecher could be walking through a minefield.
All right, when the deal's done, I'll make the bust. If it goes right, you can keep half.
We need to talk.
Yeah, okay. I'm in Washington Heights, but could meet you back at the 8th.
Yo, let me get clear.
Clear of what?
Carter.
Detective, it's urgent that we reach Detective Beecher.
his
Is he
number.
with you?
No. Why?
It's too late.
Did you hear? Officer in distress, Washington Heights.
This is HR.
Shocking news out of Rylatech today. Police discovered the bodies of CEO Martin Baxter and VP Ross Haskell in an apparent
Rylatech stock plunged amid rumors of...
Ms. Jacobs, how are you doing?
Oh, not bad.
Need a new
Considering
job.
the company I devoted the last 10 years of my life to is under federal investigation.
The night we broke into Rylatech, I recognized some of the encrypted code in the spy's network. It had a signature similar to that virus that Stanton uploaded. I dug further, but all I could come up with was a name, Decima Technologies, to find and infect a single target, the machine.
Yeah.
The breach of our encrypted network appears to be the work of a single individual. Our larger operation is, of course, still on schedule.
Is it me, or is this series just getting more and more intriguing at the same time as getting more and more bloody complicated? Damn, there's so much going on. My brain's fried. Putting it to one side for 1 second, that was a really enjoyable episode. And Finch got to deal with somebody who's pretty much on his level. It just annoys me that I know in this circumstance it was actually the bloody Chinese government, but even if it wasn't, corporate espionage like that that's how quickly they can ruin someone completely. Literally just you know, making up a load of stories, inventing emails and documents and meetings, infecting laptop, her phone, and within minutes she was done. The one thing I got wrong, I thought the guy that she went to was dirty, and it turned out he was the only one who wasn't. See, the last episode, I had it all worked out in like 15 minutes. This one, no chance, not a clue. Now then, this other former agent spy, I don't know her name yet. That's really bad. I don't know her name yet. But anyway, she's turned up, and she has taken on board Harold's idea of you need a hobby, and she's took all the known aliases and all the information off his bulletin board for Root, because she has already had dealings with her in the hotel room. So I said a couple of episodes back, after we were first introduced to her, I got the overwhelming feeling, the way they'd written it, that they were purposely making it that this person may come into it more. And it looks like they are, which will be great. It'd be even better if she gets completely on board, but we'll have to wait and see. Now then, the guy that Carter was dating, and then thought he was dirty, then thought he wasn't dirty, then thought he was dirty. I mean, this head of this HR, Quinn, is completely ruthless. I mean, so's Elias, let's not forget. They're both completely ruthless, and they're going head to head all the time here. But unfortunately, Elias is where he is, so he has less, not credibility, but less freedom and space to be able to do hardly anything at the moment. Whereas this dude, even his own godson, I knew it the minute he said, well, let's how it goes. It'd be unfortunate if he were to continue his inquiries into this as to who the informant was. And then I knew that thing was a setup at the end, that he was going to end up dead. And when the phone rang with another number, I didn't want to say, but I kind of had a feeling it was going to be him. But they had too many eggs in the basket going on at once there. There was no way they were going to save him in time. That's a shame. I've no idea. It's been building for the last few episodes, this side it's not really a side story, it's a main story that sits in the background of when we have other cases and other numbers that we're dealing with. But it's still a continuous story that they're going through. It's a continuous story arc that they're going through with HR and now everything that's going on with the machine. Who the hell is this grey-haired dude that we've just met here, who was clearly working for the Chinese government and saying because the Americans are now, you know, focusing on that company Rytech now as to what happened, they're not focusing on what you're doing, so you can continue as normal. And he's now trying to seek out the one person who gained access. We know who that is. Still, brilliant episode. Absolutely loved it. Right, we will be back with episode 20 next. So until then, if you want to watch this in full length, as always, it'll be available on Patreon. Link will be in the description. And if you're watching the edited version on YouTube, don't forget it is also available over on Odyssey. I'll put the link down here somewhere. I tell you this because a lot of people are not aware that there's a mirror site for my channel. And whenever an episode occasionally gets blocked, if it's already been up for a substantial amount of time, it's not worth the time and effort me trying to take it down and put it back up with it further edited. You can just go watch it over on Odyssey. So that's what that's for. And if you enjoyed the video, guys, by all means, please give it a like. And if you're not already subscribed, you know what to do with that little button. I will see you for episode 20 next. Take care.